From those kids that were famous on TV shows decades ago, to whatever happened to our favorite Power Rangers, here are child stars all grown up. Number 13. Jojo. The 13-year-old became a singing talent and released a few hit singles, including Leave, Get Out in 2004. You probably remember seeing the music video for this song back in the day when TRL was on MTV. But the real question is, have you seen her lately? Not really. She's all grown up and not looking too bad. She's dabbled in some acting, been on some TV shows, and even had a second album release in 2006. But at that time, she still wasn't over 18. This photo here shows Jojo performing as the opening act at a concert in Atlanta, Georgia. Number 12. Josh Peck. Josh Peck was commonly portrayed as the chubby kid on the TV show Josh and Drake, but has made a more dramatic transformation. It was noticeable during the 4th season of that show, and he dedicates his transformation to his constant effort and persistence. You might not even recognize him now if you only remember him watching the TV show. He's actually kept his career up as a voice actor and a YouTube personality. Safe to say, he's all grown up and was tired of being the chubby kid. Number 11. Sean ONeal. You might remember this next star when he acted as a supporting friend known as Sam on Clarissa Explains It All on Nickelodeon. Once the television series ended, he decided to stay in the spotlight and formed a boy band in Florida with some of his buddies. He then took a small role on a TV show known as Development Hell, but still wants to see where his career will go in the future. Number 10. Erik Per Sullivan. Erik Per Sullivan appeared as one of the main characters, Dewey, in the popular TV show Malcolm in the Middle, which seemed like quite a challenging role to take at a young age. He was known to be Malcolm's little brother, but since the show ran on television from 2000 to 2006, he started to grow up a little bit. His career certainly wouldn't end as just a child star, and he continued to find roles in other productions. He was the voice of Sheldon in Finding Nemo, and periodically appeared in other TV shows. It does appear, though, that his time acting on the Malcolm in the Middle TV show was the peak of his career. During that time, he also won a Young Artist Award for the Best Ensemble in a TV show. Number 9. Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning is an American actress who gained fame since the age of 7 when she appeared as Lucy Dawson in a drama film, I Am Sam, with Sean Penn. She was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild, making her the youngest nominee for the award ever. Her rise as a child star kept going as she received many big roles in big films such as Uptown Girls, War of the Worlds, and Charlotte's Web, just to name a few. The list of films she's been in is quite impressive, considering the fact that she's currently just 23, and you might have seen her just a little bit more grown up in the release of the Twilight Saga. It also appears as though she'll have a supporting role in the upcoming film Ocean's 8, which will be released in 2018. When she's not making films, she attends class at New York University. Number 8. Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus is the daughter of Billy Ray Cyrus and was basically born into a life of fame. Since her father was a singer, Miley naturally had a chance to build her own career. Her humble beginnings as a cute girl in Hannah Montana rapidly changed as she became more revealing, especially with her Wrecking Ball video. Here's a photo of her as a cast member of Hannah Montana, and here's a photo of her getting spanked with a Mexican flag. Not a good way to build an international fan base. Number 7. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber rose to fame at a young age when he put himself out there on YouTube. At just the age of 16, he came up with a few hit songs that topped the charts. Justin Bieber now gets to treat himself to the lap of luxury probably for the rest of his life. The pop star is now dropping $80,000 a month in order to rent his lakeside abode. That's much more than his allowance should be. Located in Toluca Lake, California, he can choose whether or not he wants to swim in the lake or just go right to his pool and hang out. There's over 16 bathrooms here total to accommodate for large gatherings. His residence also has a Life is Beautiful game room and a private gym. Not only does Justin Bieber drive Lamborghinis and have a tad more money than he should, but he's just barely 23 years old. He got rich quick and now seems to be better at partying than singing. But hey, let's see you get 100 million followers on Twitter. Number 6. Macaulay Culkin. The child star who was made famous by Home Alone was arrested for possession of various substances during a rough time in his life. It seems like some of the child stars now don't know how to handle not being in the spotlight and might resort to drugs. What seems to be an innocent boy just a few years ago has completely transformed. In any case, he appeared to have gone through quite a bit of transformation. In 1991, he won Best Young Actor of the Year award, but hasn't really been able to repeat the glory he achieved in Home Alone. In fact, he's been nominated as the worst actor from the Golden Raspberries a number of times, including in the film Party Monster. In that film, he played a club kid who gets caught up in the New York party scene. He looks like he's on the right track though, and even has himself a pretty hot girlfriend, Brenda Song. Number 5. Olsen Twins. Mary-Kate Olsen and Ashley Olsen, more commonly known as the Olsen Twins, were formerly some of America's cutest sweethearts when they appeared on the show Full House. The identical twins played as the daughters of Daniel Ernest, or Bob Saget, who was the widowed father of 3 girls in a popular sitcom. The girls learned to act quite well at a young age, and they became possibly the most successful child stars ever. Despite their huge success, they've been pretty far under the radar in recent years. Despite a few appearances here and there on television, they were never really able to make it big again. Mary-Kate checked into rehab for anorexia, and some shocking photos of her emerged looking really skinny. The twins live in New York City, but are primarily concerned with their fashion industry. They also look like they might have had some plastic surgery. In 2015, Mary-Kate actually married Olivier Sarkozy, the half-brother of a former French president. Number 4. Kel Mitchell. Who loves orange soda? The childhood star Kel Mitchell, who's appeared in the TV show All That and in the film Good Burger. Keaton and Kel's careers went on different paths, and they even competed for a role on Saturday Night Live. Kel eventually lost the role to his partner, but he's stuck with his roots in media. He might lend a hand as an extra actor occasionally in some TV series, or will lend a voice to a cartoon show. Kel has also been interested in pursuing a rap career and found himself in a Kanye West video known as All Falls Down. Number 3. Lindsay Lohan. She began her career as a child fashion model in New York City and made her motion picture debut in a Disney film known as The Parent Trap. Next, we see her in the successful film Freaky Friday, and Lindsay seemed like she had a bright path in front of her. Lindsay seemed to be the cute all-American girl next door, and she was a hit in the movie Mean Girls, which is still a fairly popular film. She began a downward spiral of self-destruction not too long after, becoming a threat to humanity on the roads by being involved in several car crashes. She claimed she wasn't an alcoholic, but she seemed to not be able to control her drinking, especially nights before she was supposed to be shooting a movie. Drinking and driving wasn't her only problem. She admitted to having bulimia and did drugs to keep her weight in check. The story never ends with this mean girl. In 2007, she was arrested with a DUI, possession of cocaine, and driving on a suspended license. One of her more recent film appearances was in 2013 when she appeared in the comedy film called Scary Movie 5. It's doubtful she'll ever act in a film more successful than Mean Girls. Number 2. The Power Rangers. He considers himself to be the original Power Ranger, which would make him the leader of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers hit TV show back in the day. Practicing Taekwondo growing up as a kid, he definitely had the skills to fight off evil robots and supervillains with his 4-man and women crew. He currently works for emergency services in Washington, D.C. The truth is, though, everyone kinda had a crush on Amy Jo Johnson, aka the Pink Power Ranger. She actually grew up quite talented in gymnastics. She went on to be a star in the Canadian television show Flashpoint, and she currently resides in Toronto, Canada, and is married. And number 1. Abigail Breslin. Abigail Breslin is a singer and actress who gained fame in her earlier years during her role in Little Miss Sunshine, which got her nominated for an Academy Award. She has experience in both zombies and aliens, so she can easily make our list. Do you remember the film with all the crop circles known as Sign? That was her film debut. Her success in that film landed her roles in other big Hollywood names such as Rango, Nim's Island, Definitely Maybe, and of course, Zombieland. In that film, you might remember her playing Emma Stone's little sister. Also from New York City, Breslin has quite the resume, and it's safe to assume she'll continue acting. Just as recently as 2017, she appeared in the television movie Dirty Dancing and is known to do some voice acting work.